What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Santa for the Conscious Mind checking in. You already know what it is when I come across you. Hey, stop. Check in. Tap in. Dope discussions. Dope gems. Dope artifacts. Dope everything. You heard me? We're gonna let a few people get in here. I'm digging these morning lives. I'm gonna have to start doing this a little bit more. So what's happening? What's happening? You already know what it is when it come across your For You page. Start, tap in, give me 3 minutes of your time. Dope gems, dope historical facts. But since this is a live, sit down, chill. You know, hopefully you take some gems and some stuff away from what might be said. You know, what's happening, Tabitha? What's happening, Ashanti? What's happening? Everybody that's checking in. Y'all go ahead and smash the screen, get the likes up, because you know how they be doing your boy with the algorithm. So if you got it, roll it. If you got it, don't pull it. It's too early. Unless you in China or some shit like that. So they say China. We're going to say it like that. Because we know we be seeing the sun and the moon at the same time over here. So there's no telling what's over there in China. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, the sun and the moon out. Right now, where we at? Right now, where we talking? The sun and the moon out. What going on in China then? But that's another topic. Let me slide to the side real quick so y'all can get y'all reading on real quick. Slide to the side while I break this down. We are neuromelanated beings. We can't just say we're melanated beings. There's two different types. You got the neuromelanin and you got the stuff that make your skin black and brown and quote unquote like that. But shout out to Rashad Jamal, because watching his video, it kind of dawned on me that they fabricated that, melanin makes your skin black or brown. That's kind of debatable, because when you think about what melanin is, they say that melanin protects the skin from the UV rays. But if we are children of the sun, and the sun is our creator and our father, you don't need protection from him, right? So therefore, those who don't have what we have needs quote unquote melanin to protect themselves from the UV rays. We can sit out here all day, all night, you know what I'm saying, the next day and shit like that, we straight. But what we have, non-ether beings, we have neuromelanin. Nigga said, bro, what? Yeah, keep up with me, dog. Keep up with me. Keep up with me. Keep up with me. They say melanin protects your skin from UV rays of the sun. If you are children of the sun, you do not need protection from the UV rays, especially when the UV rays and the gamma rays give you life. Listen, the UV rays give you life. So if you're being protected from something that gives you life, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you got to be protected from something that gives you life. All right. Now, once again, that all skin folk is your kinfolk. I'm going to keep saying that. That all skin folk is your kinfolk. And that all dark skin is the same. Man, we got to decolonize our minds. Decolorize our minds. Dig into biology and quantum physics. And study plant life. Study plant life. Because we do the same shit that plants do. We got chlorophyll. This is why when you take chlorophyll drops, you get boost. Oh shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you get them chlorophyll drops in you, yeah. Come on, man. You a walking, breathing, talking tree. A damn plant. This is why plants eat plants. You get energy. You get chlorophyll. You know what I'm saying? You got to. So yeah, we got neuromelanin. Meaning that neuromelanin is nothing but dark matter, or what they call antimatter. They like to do everything on reverse of you. It's called antimatter, which ain't nothing but dark matter in its purest form. This is why they target your mind. Listen here, 9 ether beings. This is why they target your mind. This is why they target your brain. Your brain is surrounded and coated with neuromelanin. You feel me? This is why kids come out as advanced as they do. You know, they talk faster. They learn how to walk before a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? They comprehend, they grasp things. They in tune with the universe. They see shadow figures. They see frequencies. They see auras. They see all this type of shit. That neuromelanin. They tapped in. You used to be tapped in like that too, until, you know, family members and society and television brainwash you to get inside this box of normalcy. There's no such thing as normalcy. There's no such thing as normal. If everybody is made different, then there's no such thing as normal. Because how the fuck can you be normal if everybody's made different? That don't even fucking go together right there. So you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as normal. Everybody's different. Everybody's weird. We all have some similarities, but a lot of us are not the same. So now, hey, free Dr. York, you most definitely. You know, I gotta still catch up on him. It's just crazy. Everybody keeps saying free Dr. York every time I get on here and I start talking about some stuff, and I ain't really never researched the stuff that dude was talking about, except for like the Anunnaki and shit like that. But like, you know, neuromelanin. So we are neuromelanated beings. 9 ether beings. You don't need protection from the sun if we are children of the sun. We are made from dark matter in its purest form. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Signs for the Conscious Mind. Go check out the main page, Yashin Los, on TikTok platform. Dope gems, dope historical facts. You feel me? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to twist this up real quick before I go in. Before I go ham on here. Air real quick. It say you got a warning too. Yeah, most definitely, sir. A lot of us who drop these gems like this, boy, we all tag, we all labeled. They had to tag us. We all tag, we all labeled. We got account warnings. Some say for misinformation and inciting violence and hateful behavior and ideology. And you know what's crazy when we get labeled with hateful behavior? And for those who be reporting our pages on hateful behavior, it's crazy because I know a lot of people be scrolling through TikTok and y'all be seeing people joking with guns. Y'all be seeing people twerking half naked. Y'all be seeing all type of shit going on here. You know what I'm saying? All type of hateful behavior on here. But as soon as somebody get on here like me, to start reading some books, pulling up CIA declassified documents, and you know what I'm saying, and try to get people to critical think for themselves again. Oh, now it's hateful behavior. So one have to ask, why is knowledge being considered hateful behavior? Why they don't want you to think for yourself? Why they don't want you to govern yourself? Why they don't want you to find out stuff that happened in the past? Why they hiding the totalitarian empire? Why are they doing all this type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? And why are they labeling those like us who come out here and read these books, read these documents, enlighten people on this stuff? We getting hateful behavior. We get warnings. We get tagged. We get all type of crazy shit. And I was like, damn. So when they say that the most dangerous thing on the face of this earth is a melanated man with a book, they mean that shit. They mean that shit. The most dangerous person on the face of this earth is a melanated man with a book. And I want to just leave it at melanated people. You know what I'm saying? The most dangerous thing on the face of this earth into this system is citizens with books and can think for themselves and self-govern and think outside the box, and they skeptical. They just don't take what the fuck the news tell them. They just don't take what the fuck these politicians tell them that they never met a day in their life. But you know, we're gonna have to calm down a little bit on some of these things. Y'all seen the news feed, TikTok joining in on the censorship too, which we already know, but they teaming up with Facebook and shit like that because they said it's too much misinformation coming out. How is it misinformation? Misinformation what? Misinformation that there's reptilians around us. Misinformation that I was trying to block out the sun for some odd reason. Misinformation on what? How the absent black father is a myth because 70% of black fathers are in fact inside of their kids' life. Whether they inside the household or not, these fathers pick up their kids, and single fathers who got full custody of their kids go along with that 70% of fathers who are inside their kids' life. So what misinformation are we talking about? Because me personally, everybody that I know out of my life, just say I got about 10 friends, 9 of us know who the fuck our daddy is, and we kick it with them. Only one of us probably don't know who their daddy is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of misinformation, and we trying to break all this stereotypical shit. You know what I'm saying? We bringing in just real gems, but you know, folks be calling us misinformation and shit. What's misinformation is Fox News. What's misinformation is labeling a group of people black who's not even black. What's misinformation is labeling a group of people white when they're not even white. Those are colors. They ain't nationalities, nothing. What's misinformation is coming up with this racism classification system that never existed before the 1600s. That's what's misinformation. What's going on with the ice walls? Why the fuck is it melting? Y'all not telling us? That's misinformation. Somebody go pull their shit. Somebody go to CNN and pull their shit. Somebody report them. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But y'all can let these young folks get on here and shake their ass all day, walk around with guns and fake guns. I've even scrolled past people smoking a real life joint on this motherfucker. And I'll be sitting here, boy, let me pull out a Black Mile on this motherfucker. They gonna pull my shit. But people on here smoking real deal live. Like, I'm like, damn. So that right there lets you know that they're targeting. They're picking and choosing who they want to pull back. I got videos that's still in appeal mode that I appealed all the way to fuck back in March and April. They still in review and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These folk pick and choose. Now, if it's a lie, you shouldn't be worried about no lie. You know what I'm saying? Because a lie can be easily debunked. So therefore, I wouldn't be pulling people's pages. I wouldn't be worried about misinformation, because if it's misinformation, then the right information is out there, and people can go get the right information that's out there. It's in abundance. You know what I'm saying? That's not why you're scared. What you're scared for is the shit that we bringing up can't be debunked. So the only thing that y'all can say is misinformation. Explain how is it misinformation. You can't just sit here and entitle some shit misinformation and leave it that. It's misinformation. It's a threat to our national security. See, y'all gotta peep these words they talking about. It's a threat to their national security. So it ain't a threat to you actually learning this shit. It ain't a threat to you actually knowing this shit. It's a threat to their national security. It ain't got shit to do with you learning and getting that information and intelligence. It's a threat to them. Why is it a threat to them? Who are y'all? You telling on yourself. Who are y'all? Why are you threatening by us saying that, you know, blacks and Latinos are family and we are the children of the sun? And why is that a threat? That unity. That unity is a threat to national security. I got you. We got you. Now, okay, that unity is a threat to the national security because you don't want us to unite. I got you. Come on, man. Neuromelanin. Let me catch up inside the comments. Let me see who all up in here real quick. Let me see who all up in here. What's happening, Jay? Miss Matt, you always tapping in. What's happening? Revolutionary Bob, what's happening? What's happening, Rita? People causing violence in the name of propaganda, man. Look. Because the one said about the UN, yup. Yes, we have no programs for learning outside of public school. Pay attention, most definitely, Faye. We'll just get another platform. I'm trying to tell you. The Library of Alexandria was destroyed long ago. They don't want the population to be informed. And you know, that's the biggest, and that right there is the biggest misinformation that they told people. Of course, they gonna tell you that library was destroyed, boy. Hey, The Vatican got all them damn books. The Vatican got everything. Them and the Smithsonian got everything. They ain't destroyed that because they need that information. They need that information to tell who's who in the world, what's what, how to do what, prophesize, rewrite, whatever the fuck they gonna do with it. They need that information. They ain't gonna destroy that. That's valuable information. So they told the world that they destroyed that shit. So people don't go looking for it. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, if everybody was to click up and go overseas to the Vatican and start knocking on their door, they'll be scared than a motherfucker. And that ain't even inciting violence. We just want little answers. We just want to sit down and talk to you real quick. Come on. We just want to sit down and talk to you. We just want a tour around the Vatican. Y'all go downstairs. We just want a tour around the Vatican. Y'all go downstairs to see what's down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know? Hey, you feel me? The other people had knowledge outside the class of people of color. And you know, that's the thing too. Hold on. Let me see. And intelligent and woke, melanite is their greatest fear. They work to suppress their presence online. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. For real, most definitely. They wouldn't be scared, but they got some splaining to do. Nah, they'll be scared. Trust me. Trust me, Alkaline. They'll most definitely be scared. They hiding the story, y'all cool. Most of these children can't read or write. My son, 14, can't read or write. Yeah, Sarah. Because the school system do that on purpose. The school system was never there to help us. You know, a lot of parents being bamboozled. Man, look. The purpose of a school is to dumb everybody down and to fit your kid inside of a box. You know? And I noticed that about school when I was in school, that school is meant to put kids in a box because the person inside the class that always asks out the box questions to the teacher, he always get in trouble. I was that kid. I always got sent out to the principal office and everything for just asking a valuable out the box question. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for instance, like that whole sun thing being local. I used to ask my teacher that shit a long time ago when they used to be like, well, the sun is 1 billion miles away. I was like, well, why it look like it's right there then? You trying to be a class clown, get out my class. No, that was a legitimate question. Why do it look like it's right there if it's 1 billion miles away? Why can I see it's right there? Then they gonna be like, well, it's just how big it is. It's 1 billion miles away, nigga. That motherfucker's right there. You're not about to tell me what my eyes is seeing. You ain't about to sit here and tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, bro. I'm looking at the motherfucker sun gazing. It might be right there, Teach. You don't see it's right there out the window, Teach. Go look at it. It's right there. Go to the principal office. I'm calling your parents. Man, ain't this some shit? But that's how they do, though. There we go. Had the flame on. Time to get into it now. Hold on, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. I gotta cool it down in here real quick, y'all. Gotta cool it down in here. Don't need my phone overheating like it always do. But yeah, these teachers, these kids can't read or write, man. And it's by design. They took out home economics. Yo, I think my generation was the last one that had that, where they taught you how to sew and cook and shit like that. So I'm being right now, man. They coming after everybody, dog. For real, they coming after everybody, bit dog. John D. Rockefeller did, yeah, most definitely. John D. Rockefeller did that with the schools. He did that with the hospitals. He did that with everything. And you know, when people start digging into these folks, like I said, I use my genealogy and my family tree for an example. Like how I went to my 12th great grandfather, and I got over 1,000 people in my family, and all 1,000 of us, like, there's different groups with different last names, but we all related. We all come from, you know what I'm saying? We all related, but we all got different last names. And it's the same thing with the 13 families. They all family, but they all got the last name. Gates and Rockefeller probably related. More likely they all related. You know, I'm just, at this point in time, they all related in my eyes. But you know, John D. Rockefeller, man, they put their own people on the board on the hospitals. See how they got the hospitals? The hospitals used to do holistic healing at first. They used to do holistic healing and it was working, of course. Like back when the Spanish flu came around and the cure was put people in sunlight. Simple as that. Put people in sunlight and people was getting cured just like that. And I know that for a fact, because when I used to be sick as a kid, my dad used to tell me, go get some sunlight. And, you know, I'm out there like, I don't want to get no sunlight. He get up out the house and get you some sunlight. Get up, move. And I go outside, try to shoot basketball, shoot around and shit. Then after a while, start feeling good. You like, shit, nigga. You know, you get that one cough, you get all that shit out there. Spit all that shit out. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? My dad like, yeah, stay in that sun. Sunlight, man. But hospitals used to do holistic healing. And the Rockefellers, John D. Rockefeller specifically, he came, I hope I'm saying the right Rockefeller, but one of the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, they came to the hospitals. The hospitals needed new equipment and shit like that. So they was looking for loans and shit like that. So, you know, loan shark can come around, John D. Rockefeller and all the Rothschilds and shit. They came there, was like, man, we'll cut you X amount of dollars for your hospital. But here's the thing. We pick who goes on the board on the hospital. And they did that just so they could control the hospital. Because, you know, before anybody do anything in the hospital, they got to go talk to the board. So they put their own people on the board. And it's the same thing with the schools. They put their own people on the board. Hell, they probably got some of their own people as teachers. And we don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? They got some of their people inside these churches. They got a lot of their people like this because this is why I'm trying to tell people to drop this colorism shit, because the people who's doing this, the oppressors and stuff like that, they don't just look like Billy Bob down the street. You know what I'm saying? They don't just look like Billy Bob down the street. And I got a clear example of that. Kamala Harris. What's her nationality? What is she? What is Kamala Harris? If you know, please put it in the comments, because I'm about to leave somewhere. I'm about to show y'all how we got to drop this colorism real quick. You know what I'm saying? We got to decolonize our minds, because more of this shit is bigger than you think. Kamala Harris. What is she? What is Kamala Harris? You know, and I'm saying that because I'm asking that because we got to drop all this shit from the colonial days. We got to drop all this shit from the colonial days. We got to drop white. We got to drop black. We got to drop persons of color. We got to drop other. We got to drop all that type of shit, because all that is colonized terms to keep folks separated and shit like that. And those terms have multiple meanings to it, like everything else inside the English language. Now, Kamala Harris. Somebody said black. Kamala Harris ain't black. She far from black. Hindu. I like where your head at right there. She said one of them. Yup. Indian. Her maternal side. Hindu. Okay. Yup. All right. Jamaican. Jamaican is tricky too. I'm about to show you something about Jamaicans. And we got to keep the word native in mind when you start naming these things about her. Hindu, East Indian, South. Okay. I got y'all in there. So now, thank you. Somebody said that her father is Indian, not Jamaican. That's why I say you got to keep native in your mind. Her father's Indian. He moved to Jamaica, and by him being there for so long, it made him native. There you go. Both her parents is Indian, from India, Hindu, Hindustan. So that will make her what? Hindu or Hindustan. You feel me? By blood. Now, she's a Caucasian, because India people are Caucasoids. What you thought? Caucasians just look like Billy Bob down the street and Karen who be calling the police on you? Hell no. Caucasians are people of color too. Told you, not all skin folk is your kinfolk. I could pull this up if you don't believe me. I keep the bullets loaded of information. She's a Caucasian. She's no more Caucasian than Joe Biden is. They both Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? They both Caucasoids. Now, when you talk about this banner of Blah Moon supremacy, who all goes under there? There's dark-skinned people under this white supremacy umbrella too. That's why I be telling people it's It's dark-skinned people. So now you know. So now when you get people on here with this pan-Africanism talking about, man, look at the people in Hindu. They dark and the news don't show them. Them dark-skinned people in Hindu are Caucasians. They are more related to Caucasians than they are to Africans. And that's facts. And if you go to India, they would tell you. This is why Joe Biden ain't got no problem with bringing them in and giving them all that money. Man, we family. Come on in, man. And I got $3 million for y'all. Some newly renovated, built houses for y'all. It's a whole community here. Freshly built. There you go. There you go. Ain't nobody inside that neighborhood but that specific group. You know what I'm saying? They come over here and get a whole ass neighborhood. I'm talking about in the gated region too. They come over here and get whole communities. And that umbrella is so deep. But this, what I'm talking about today, this morning, is going to lead into my live event tonight. Because the live event tonight, you know how we get deep on there. And it's going to get real deep. Because the reason why these folks changed names to all these places, and they came up with the terms Negroid and Caucasoid and Australia. They came up with that shit. But I'm going to tell you how you can use they shit against them like they did us to figure all this shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But they changed all these names and all these regions to keep one specific tribe in place hidden. Think about it. You could pull up the old map. You could pull up the new map. You could pull up the nationality map. You could pull up all this type of shit. The map tell you about everybody. I'm talking about when you go back, it tell you about everybody. It tell you about Magog and Gomer. It tells you about Japhet. It tells you about Esau and their tribes and their lineage. It tells you about all these people. They're hiding the children of Israel. And they're hiding Jerusalem. Israel and Jerusalem is not on any map. All right, y'all already know my phone overheated. We back. Had to step outside. Here we go. Every time I start getting deep, I start getting these weird live requests from people from the Middle East. For real, I promise y'all, I'm gonna screenshot the next one that come through. They always come through. Every time I start talking about shit like this, and boy, I start getting weird live requests from people from the Middle East and shit. That shit be weird. And they just be sitting there staring at me. They just be like, for real, I invite them on. Hey, what's up? What's happening? They just be like, they just be staring at your boy. I'm like, boy, y'all crazy. But see, they not persons of color, bro. No, yeah, see, everybody don't got a soul. Most definitely. I'm 33%. I'm 33 degrees Master Mason, studied under the School of Malachi, New York. Zero Agara. Yeah, Miss Matt Bazaar. That's why we need our own platforms, yeah. Can y'all hear me now? We good? It's okay. His phone just overheat, yeah. Phone did overheat. Dark-skinned Indians. Alright, we back. Okay, cool. Alright, what's happening, David? Glad you could tap in. But yeah, like I said, man, Two Bay, what's happening, Twan Bay? I said working, just listening. Okay, cool. Study the holy tablets of Gilgamesh. Oh yeah, I got them in the cut. Most definitely, I got them in the cut. But on on all the maps though, and we're gonna get the Jean. We're gonna get him because he was a big whistleblower back then. He was a big whistleblower, and they had his works, they had his books, and in the books that they do release, most of them are in Latin. And out of all the books that was translated to English and stuff like that, they left his book in Latin for some reason. But the dude, the dude who translated his books and put them out there for the world to read, he you know how they do, you know, he mysteriously disappeared and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna get too deep into that. I'm gonna let hopefully his information is still up here and I can pull him up and show y'all tonight. But dude scrubbed clean. But the information is out there now. But this dude behind me, he called bullshit on the Vatican. And everybody else a long time ago. You know, the whole Middle Ages that they was teaching us in school and that they be talking about, shit ain't never existed. There's a whole 1,000 years of history that's fraudulent. And it's probably more than 1,000 years. But there's a whole 1,000 years of history that's fraudulent, forged, made up, bullshit. and he did his due diligence, he did his research, and he pinpointed it out, and he started pointing folks out like, man, y'all folks lying out here to these folks. Y'all know what they did to him. Y'all know what they did to him. Come on now, we in 2022. Like they be banning and pulling our shit down. We talking about back then, medieval time, medieval keyword. Everybody was like, yeah, medieval times, but you're not thinking about medieval times. One of them folks persecuted that man. They did him dirty. But it's the same story all through history, though. Folks figure out the truth. They come to the citizens and the public with the truth. Of course, most citizens and people in the public, they are like, you're met with resistance from the citizens because, you know, some citizens are easy to control. Some folks are just easy to control like that. You know, so some folks been protecting the matrix for a long time. So, you know, just like today's time and like back then time. Said, but like today's time and back then though. Hold on. Oh, they playing with my sound. Let me do it like this. Can y'all hear me now? That's good. That's better. We good? Alright, there we go. Yeah, man, you know how they be doing. Plus, you know, these Bluetooth headphones ain't worth the damn frequency off. Probably cause we vibing too high right now. So throw the frequency off. So now, alright, what's the last thing y'all heard so I can backtrack for y'all? What's the last thing y'all heard? We need to stop playing with yourself. We trying to learn. You know how they gonna do. Think you're talking about the FBI. I don't know, Brown Sugar. A few people can hear me. It's probably not me then. Okay. So now, all right, everybody think that the COINTELPRO began with the FBI, but the FBI worked with these folks. The FBI is not, okay, let's get this kid. FBI, CIA, they are international bureaus. They don't belong to nobody but the Vatican and Smithsonian and the Crown. They not part of America. None of that shit. Washington D.C. is not part of America. None of that shit. All these folks is the Crown and yeah, you feel me? So in order for J. Edgar Hoover to get the okay to create COINTELPRO, he had to get the word from somebody. The word came from them folks overseas. That's why I keep telling people overseas. You ain't about to go to Washington D.C. and expect this shit get changed. Washington D.C. ain't nothing but a puppet anyways. You gotta go to where the dragon is at. And the dragon is overseas. It always been overseas. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go where the dragon at. These folks taught them and told them, man, you gotta counter the intelligence of these people, because naturally, citizens are naturally intelligent. Before we are indoctrinated by our parents, before we are indoctrinated by schools, that's why I keep saying kids are smarter than you think. Kids just can't speak English. No different than your ancestors when they be like, well, you know, slaves couldn't speak English or read and write. That's because they spoke a whole different fucking language. That don't mean that they were stupid, slow, or illiterate. It just means that they spoke a whole different language. So of course they're gonna look at you crazy. Kids haven't spoke English yet, or they just now finding their tongue. But kids, they brain work. They brain fucking work. Anybody with a brain, that shit work. And it's pure because you don't have them toxins or nothing in it. So kids are hella smart. You know what I'm saying? Now, we are born intelligent. Citizens are born free. Everything like that. This is the whole reason why they got to counter the intelligence. So now when you counter the intelligence of citizens, you got to dumb them down. That's what countering the intelligence is. You got to dumb people down. You know what I'm saying? So how do they dumb you down? With TV. Of course, that's the main thing. With radio and radio frequencies, that's another one. With false idols that's on TV showing y'all a glamorous life, and you know, people be thinking that these rappers is rich and shit like that. Boy, them rappers is taking out loans. They gotta pay that shit back. Most rappers live inside a regular ass middle class neighborhood. It's just in Hollywood, so it look extravagant. Man, you better peep game. You know what I'm saying? These folk make shit. These are actors. These are actors, man. And aren't you not entertained? Entertainment is one of the main sources of distractions. While the Roman folks back in the day was a lot of people ask me the question, well, how did they trap us? How did they get us like this? Entertainment. Entertainment was one plot on how they got you. They kept you distracted. Back in Rome, when they wanted to capture the whole citizens and pass laws that citizens didn't know or didn't know about and all that type of shit, they held gladiator matches. They send everybody inside the arena, and you get this dude who's fighting damn lion for some type of reason, or you get this gladiator and this gladiator fighting each other, and you got this whole stadium packed of pretty much everybody in the city in this motherfucker. The whole time, them folks was fucking up. People is back here getting shit done, while folks are sitting there distracted for hours on end. Like, nobody ever, all my people who play sports, we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to do it real quick. I'm priming y'all for something. But all my people who ever played sports in your life, me, I played basketball, ran track, football, golf, and all that type of shit. An average basketball game is literally only 30 minutes long. You know, including the little timeouts or whatever, 30, 40 minutes tops. On TV, the shit's drawn out because they about to show you this game that's, okay, 30 minutes. But then on top of that, they going to make the timeouts drawn the fuck out. Then you got the halftime show. Then you got these commercials that's about 5-10 minutes a piece. They're going to show you about 3 of them bitches real quick before they get back to the game. So that's already about 30 minutes gone right there. Man, it take one damn basketball game about 2 hours to get done. Why do it got to take so long? Why are we sitting down here for 2 hours watching these grown-ass men sweat on top of each other? That ain't got shit to do with us. This nigga winning a championship ain't got shit to do with your freedom. This nigga winning a ring ain't got shit to do with these folks playing with you. You know what I'm saying? And then folks is so invested into these false idols is that they start living vicariously through them. Folks be getting mad about how many rings a motherfucker get. Nigga, Jordan got 6, he's the best. Nah, LeBron, he coming up, he got 5. What the fuck do that got to do with you? Those are their rings, and those rings probably fake anyway, or they probably real. These niggas gonna go broke, and they gonna sell that shit. Y'all know how the athletic story go, because when you retire from athletics, they don't give a fuck about you, just like when you retire from the armed forces, they don't give a fuck about you. As long as you played your part in entertaining and keeping people distracted, we gonna kind of look out for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean kind of, because NFL players' money ain't even guaranteed. A nigga go out there his first year, break his leg, and boom, that nigga be homeless the next day, sitting on the street asking for change and shit like that. These folks don't give a fuck, boy. You know, I'm sitting here watching folks dumb down the society, keep them distracted, entertainment. You feel me? Now, how else we gonna get you? Media been around for a long ass time. Y'all think these TVs and shit new? Totalitarian empire. Boy, TV's been around for a while. Media's been around for a grip. That shit ancient as shit too. A lot of these games and tricks that they play on us is ancient as old tricks. This is why they say history repeats itself. If you don't learn, you gotta learn. Because right now, a lot of us who's woke and we see this shit, history repeating itself. But this timeline a little bit different. Shout out to CERN. This timeline a little different. CERN fucked up with this one. They fucked up with this one. They sped shit up. Yeah, man, CERN sped shit up a little bit. Now they rushing. So now, how else? So those who didn't go to the game, we got media for you. We're going to pass out these false articles, these fake news, these tablets, these papers, and all this type of stuff. We got the radio. We're going to send these frequencies at you. Why people be getting frequencies sent at them for a long ass time? You got to remember, at a point in time, our folks only had radios to listen to the game and all that other shit on. They were still getting programmed. Radio waves. They were still getting programmed. Only difference is that our kid, every generation is better than the next. So with our generation, they had to up the programming, because that's how intelligent and better than we are than the last one. And they know that they had to up it. Back then, radio, newspaper, program. Now, everywhere you turn your head, it's a program. TV, news, sports, commercials. Commercials don't even be about shit no more. Y'all ever notice that shit? Commercials don't even be about shit. Commercials be about cereal, and they'll fuck around and be telling you about LGBT community or some shit like that. And you be like, what the fuck this got to do with Cheerios, my nigga? Have you been discriminated against? Bro, I just want some Cheerios, bro. What the fuck are y'all talking about? You be watching a damn Nike or a car commercial about this dope ass car coming out. Oh yeah, we got the new electric car. But first, have you taken your jab? You know, boosters will help you, and you be like, bro, what this got to do with this fucking Benz that I'm trying to watch? It ain't got nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing got nothing to do with nothing, bro. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. And people who's heavily distracted don't get this shit. They be looking at you crazy, like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? You sound crazy, boy. You heavily brainwashed. Do you not know this shit? You not see it? COINTELPRO, that shit came down for the Vatican. No, these folks know who you are. You think that they ain't got your family tree? They know exactly who the fuck you are. Like I said, on all these ancient maps, Israel is not on that motherfucker. And I'm not talking about that new one that just popped up in the 1900s. Nah, what you talking about, man? Go look at when the Israel overseas was founded. It's gonna tell you 1912 or some shit like that, or 1920. Reconstruction era, right along when the Egypt over there was founded. Reconstruction era. But on the ancient map, there's no Israel on that bitch. There's no Jerusalem on there. They got everybody else on that bitch. The Vatican themselves and the Roman folks themselves said that we got to hide Israel so it won't be no longer. Because of what? Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Who are the only people on the face of this earth who is out of sight, because they've been reclassified so many times that don't nobody know who the fuck we are. That's how many times you've been classified. You've been classified so many times, people even forgot who the fuck you was. Oh man, we forgot these people was the children of the sun, nigga. We done reclassified these people so long, nigga, we almost fell victim to the shit. Now that shit crazy. You only reclassify people to hide them. And to hide them for what? They've been calling you a Negro for as long as you can remember, right? Who been calling you that? Spain and Portugal. But here's the thing. Spain and Portugal ain't even the real Spain and Portugal. And those ain't even the real people. And I know a lot of us gonna be like, yeah, the Moors was over there. The Moors who was over there, they wasn't even real Moors either. Told you, not all skin folk is your kin folk. It's people out here that look like you who want to take your ass out too. But I told you, Kamala Harris, and motherfuckers thought that she was black. She's Caucasian. That's the game these sick folks playing. It's an inside joke to these people. It's an inside job. Shout out to Netflix, but it's an inside joke to these folks too. You see it? Well, these folks be laughing. You think these people be laughing with you when they come on these interviews and running from campaigns? They're laughing at you because the shit's funny. Kamala Harris got on there. Oh yeah, oh yeah, for my people. I used to listen to Tupac way back in 1988. Girl, Tupac came out in 1990s. What are you talking about? And people ate that shit up, and I'm sitting here a certified Tupac supporter like, y'all, she don't even know when the fuck Tupac came out, and y'all clapping for this shit? If she ain't know when Tupac came out, she sure as hell don't know shit about no Snoop Dogg or nothing about your culture, bro. She just heard some shit and came onto these black radio shows just to get your vote. So she's telling you anything, and people thinking that she's a sister because she's a person of color. Oh yeah, she a sister. We finally got a sister as a vice president. No, you got another Caucasian as a vice president. And the same with Obama. Here's another trick. Queen of England. You want to know why you only hear about a queen? Queen. You don't ever hear about no king of England, no king or nothing. It's always queen runs everything. Because they took how you used to thrive. Our women used to run shit. And they took that model, and now they do it. Queen. You don't never hear about no king. Queen. It's always queen Elizabeth. Queen. It's always queen. Queen is at the top. Queen is at the top. You feel me? So now with that being said, the reason why they told you that whole brainwash bullshit, you are what your father was, is because they don't want to know where your mama, they don't want you to know where your mama came from. So now on top of you being reclassified, when a woman gets married, she gets reclassified too. And if a woman gets married 5 times, she got 5 different identities because she got 5 different last names. Now you know why you hitting a roadmap when you're doing your census, because your grandmama's last name changed so many times. The name that you know is probably not even her real last name. I am 32 years old, and I literally just found out that my last name, Dooley, came from my grandmother. I thought the whole time, I'm looking in the men section like, bro, I found Solomon Dooley, and I'm thinking, yeah, but Solomon Dooley, it's her great-grandfather, shit like that. So her last name is my daddy's last name. My dad didn't get his dad's last name. He got his mother's last name. In doing so, I got my grandmother's last name. You see how that go? And it's like that with a lot of us. So this is why you hitting a roadblock in your census. This is why you have to start with your grandmother and grandparents. This is why in all of our communities, you will hear the grandmother say that you are an American Indian, baby. What, man, look, you get both chromosomes from both parents. How you gonna be like, you are only what your father is? Like your mama don't count. That's some old misogynistic Puritan shit. And that's why I be looking at some of the Israelite brothers on here crazy as fuck. I'm an Israelite, nigga. You are what your father on. Who told you that crazy shit? So your mama don't matter to you? Your mama genetics and where she came from don't matter to you? Really? I want you to go to your mama house, the lady who raised you, and tell her that her genes don't matter. I dare any Israelite dude on here to go to their mama right now and tell like, mama, your genes don't matter to me. She gonna slap the fuck out you. She gonna slap dog shit out you, bro. I'll never tell my mama her genes don't matter, because her genes do matter. I got some of her features. How the fuck can I say her genes don't matter, bro? Come on, y'all gotta decolonize your mind. They've been working this design for a long time. They've been working this design for a long time to hide the children, of the Most High. The only ones that been reclassified. Jerusalem ain't really where it's at. Israel not really where it's at. They not going to tell you on the map. The real map is in the Vatican and in the Smithsonian in the basement. They know where it's at. They know who you are. That's why they get mad at you only when you be talking this type of talk. They don't get mad at nobody else for this type of talk. They only get mad at you. And you got to ask why. If I'm so oppressed and I'm so inferior, then why in the fuck are you worried about anything that I got to say? Huh? if I'm so inferior and shit like that, if I'm so, what's that stereotype that they got for us? If we so dumb and so country and we came from monkeys and we all inferior and all that type of shit, why are you worried about what the fuck I'm saying? Why are you worried about the books that I'm reading? Why are you worried about the CIA documents I'm uncovering that's declassified that ain't even fucking hidden in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Why are you worried about all this shit? What you scared of? Why are you declaring a war on conspiracy theories? Because it's a threat to national security. It ain't a threat to their kids. It ain't a threat to society and citizens and shit like that. It's a threat to their identity. It's a threat to who they are. It's a threat to the fact that they've been lying to people for fucking centuries. And when I mean they, for all the sensitive people, I'm talking about folks my skin tone and folks your skin tone. Just like I said, Kamala Harris, everybody thought that she was a sister. She's a Caucasian because she's from India or Hindustan. Genes is deeper than skin. Better wake up. And they know this game very well because they created the game. They put it in play. Well, when did they put that shit in play? That's the question, right? That's the question. When did they get a chance to do all this? When nobody wasn't looking. How did they get the world distracted while they reconstructed the world? Listen, they reconstructed the globe. And I'm just using globe just for layman's terms. We already know that shit's like disc shaped with a firmament on it. But how? What the fuck was everybody doing? Why nobody stopped these people? Huh. Put a pin in there, because that's for my next rant. Let me teach y'all about this man real quick. Our Western history is, to say the least, problematic. A few literate men came after a long career into the subject to this verdict. On one such as Jean Hardioun. Jean Hardioun. Let's get into him real quick. This is his book right here. Prolegomena, seizure of old writers. Censure of old writers. Why are they censoring old writings? I'm talking about writings that, man, let me say this. The shit that we talking about, all my woke, enlightened folks, awakened folks, folks who's getting their knowledge and waking up, all the shit that we waking up to, and all the questions that you may come across in your mind about certain shit. People done already thought this. The way that you thinking, the things that you finding is so ancient. Man, we about to dig into this shit, man. We about to dig into this shit. Go ahead and screenshot it. If you want to go to archives.org, download the PDF so you can read it in your phone. Let's see what y'all talking about in here. Men are the lightning, but women are the thunder. Most definitely. Most definitely, Onyx. Men are the lightning, but women are the thunder. And when you get both of them together, boy, you get a motherfucker hell of a storm. Ooh, that thing choking right there. Remember, UFOs used to be a conspiracy theory. Right, Day? Right. Right. UFOs used to be a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my OGs, newbies, and in-betweens. If you're new to the profile, go ahead and select that follow button. I guarantee you will not regret it. Dope gems, dope lives like this all the time, every time. My OGs will tell you. Mm. Much of the books I directed specifically to the men, yeah. This was an idea I actually came across reading. I've seen this thing. You most welcome, most welcome. What's happening, Princess? Glad you could tap in. All right, chapter 1. This is what he say now. He said, I here enter upon a very important but a very invidious undertaking. It is my intentions, with the assistance of God, as long as he grants me life, to show that all writings which are commonly thought to be old are in fact, with certain exceptions, to be presently named superstitious, or my tongue ain't rolling, man. Suppositionist, y'all can see it, my tongue ain't rolling right now. And the fabrications and an unprincipled crew of literary men. The exceptions are the books held by the church to be sacred, and 6 profane writers, 4 Latin, 2 Greek. Meanwhile, I do not declare war upon other writers, unless upon the enemy of the Almighty, of the supreme pontiff, and of the royal authority. Surely we may be as rigid in our criticism and repudiation of false monuments, from which in the slightest degree our holy religion suffers injury, as are judges in a court when they test and reject documents which are concerned with men's fortune and estates, men's fortunes and estates. Feel me? Listen. They reject documents which are concerned with men's fortunes and states, if any note of falsity appears to them. Meaning, in this book, he vows to his last breath. What's happening, more? Glad you could tap in, big dog. So in this book, he vows by the power of God that grants him life, that he's gonna show y'all how a lot of these so-called old writings, they're fabricated, they're lies, and they're used to protect people's fortunes and to steal people's states or estates. You know what I'm saying? And he came across we came across it. So now, back to this. One thing that he always said too is that the source of the fraud, according to Jean Hardioun, was a small impious crew of manuscripts and coin fakers. Listen, the source of fraud, according to Jean, was a small impious crew of manuscripts and coin fakers. I'm getting fiat currency vibes right here when they say coin fakers. Come on, man. Peep game. You know what I'm saying? Often in monasteries, church, under the authority of Frederick II in the 13th century and King Philip II of France in the 14th century, and later under the influence of Medici Doge. There existed then an understanding of both civil and religious authority to not expose each other's tampering with antiquity of each other's jurisdiction. In other words, they were faking the roots and age of their civilization. Gonna let that breathe real quick. Archives.org. We are all enslaved to these elites. And check this out, check this out. We are all only enslaved to these elites by our ignorance. That's it. We're not enslaved to these folks by no type of power or nothing like that. No type of false illusion that they give me. We are enslaved by these people because they got our minds simple. Just simple minds. Your ignorance is the most expensive thing on the face of this earth. It's gonna cost you your life. It's been costing us our life as citizens. I got to keep saying citizens because some folks, some Karens and shit, they get on here and be all sensitive. What do you mean by y'all? Look, man, sit back and pop the popcorn and listen. You know what I'm saying? So, cause like we all know, human trafficking and slavery is big business. Big business don't care about your skin tone. They care about them greenbacks, you feel me? And they care about resources. They don't really care about fiat currency. You ain't never seen Bill Gates spend out a paper dollar a day in his life. You ain't never seen Warren Buffett spend out a paper dollar a day in his life. Hell, you don't even see Beyonce, Jay-Z, or none of these celebrities spend paper dollars in their life because of economics. Economics is the control of resources. As long as you got some type of control of certain resources, you don't need no fiat currency. You got liquid assets. You know what I'm saying? Fiat currency is for those of us who's inside the matrix and plugged in. Just like when you plug in a video game, you know, you need that virtual currency inside the video game, you know, to upgrade your avatar for every level that you get. Okay, you done being poverty. The next level is middle class. You got to get some more virtual coins for that. Now you trying to make it to the next level of rich. Okay, you got to get some more virtual coins for that. You trying to dress up your avatar and shit like that. You need virtual coins for that. And that's the funny thing. I seen this thing on TikTok. This dude. It was a funny skit, but in my mind, you know how us folks who minds always running. It was a funny skit. His kid asked him for $20 for V-Bucks. And he was like, son, what are you spending this $20 on for? Woo, woo. And the son explained what V-Bucks was. And he was like, so I'm giving you $20 so you can buy some virtual money that ain't even real? And I was like, little do you know, you going to work doing a 9 to 5 for fiat currency, which ain't nothing but virtual bucks. The same shit that the kids is actually $20 for. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Why? Because you are in a man-made reality. Think about it. You in a man-made reality. You in a man-made reality with man-made laws, man-made authority, man-made history books. You know what I'm saying? Man-made food, man-made trees. Half of this grass ain't fake no more. Shit be turf, man-made grass. You know what I'm saying? Everything around you is man-made. You know what I'm saying? You in a virtual reality, real life. You in a real life virtual reality with virtual currency and all that type of stuff, man. That game Monopoly wasn't no game when it came out. These folks, man, I'm trying to tell you live tonight. I'm going to explain where the game Monopoly came from, and I'm going to tell you exactly word from word what these people said when they created it. It was a sick joke to get the citizens to play their own life. So it was a sick joke. And another sick joke was the game Sims. When they come out games like this as a joke, as an inside joke. I told you it's an inside joke on everybody. Sims ain't nothing but short for simulation. That's all it is. Simulation. It's short for Sims. That's it. But this man just said these folks been tampering with books of antiquity of their jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? They're faking the roots and the age of their civilization. This is why none of the years add up. This is why you get the man-made BC and the man-made AD and the man-made CE. All that shit is man-made. That shit man-made as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then when you ask people, well, if the earth is 1 million years, then how are we inside the year 2000? Well, the year 2000 began when Jesus was born. And then you go to asking, well, what day and year was that? Nobody knows. What? So, hold on, what? So you telling me that, hold on, what? So we're in the year 2000 because we only going back 2000 to where the time that Jesus was born. See, now, here's the play on words. Born don't necessarily mean out of a womb of a person. Born is also create. Instructed, structured, built. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about here? We talking about fabricated and tampering, faking the roots in the age of civilization. So now, so 2,000 years from the time that Jesus was born, okay. But when you ask any pastor, anybody, what month, what day, and what year was that? Can't nobody tell you. And then when you ask people, when did he die? You gonna get some man-made shit because what I told you, AD is man-made, is Roman. CE is man-made, is Roman. All that is man-made, is Roman. You know what I'm saying? So Romans created the timeline. Uh-oh, that's the hijack. Don't nobody know when he died. Don't nobody know. People don't even know where he was born. They don't know where he went for them what 20, 30 odd years of his life, and he just popped back up out the blue. Don't nobody know nothing. It's hella gaps in there to be basing off the year that we in right now. Boy, they didn't stretch this year out, boy. A lot of people be surprised what year you in. Now you got man-made months. Yup, most definitely, brown sugar. So from the time they created the story, pretty much, it sure wasn't in December and April. You feel me? I thought it was August. Y'all hearing this, right? Everybody done heard something different. Somebody said August, December, April. Don't nobody know. You know what I'm saying? So, and now, you feel me? I'm loving it. These are the questions. Most definitely. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here, Grand Gardens. So now backtrack real quick, and I'm gonna flip the background, and we're gonna backtrack real quick. So now, with the Bible, how I be telling people, the way you read it, you gotta read it with an allegorical mindset, a metaphorical mindset. You gotta read it with an astronomical mindset, and you have to understand that there are more than one God in that Bible that is talking, and they go by different things. You got God, you got Lord God, and you got thy Lord. All those are different. All those are different. Because you remember in Genesis, he said, let us make men in our image. So therefore, from the beginning, he's talking to multiple people. We talking about the Elohim. Elohim is plural. Off the rip. El belongs to the tribe of other Elohim. So now, when he was talking about, yes, make man in our image and likeness, he's talking to other Elohim. So it will make sense that inside this book, there's other Elohim talking. And everybody around the world got their own Elohim that created them in their image. Peep game. Shout out to Yakub, aka Jacob. But everybody has a deity, for better namesake, that they look like. You know? We know what the ancient Asians look like. They still look the same. All you gotta do is throw some swarthiness to them. Everybody still look the same. The swarthiness is what's been taken away from some people. So, again, so now when you read it, pay attention. Then another thing, when you read the Bible, they regurgitate the same story over and over and over. They just regurgitate it in different ways to seem like it's a different story being told. But the names are the same, but they're different. No different than how Bill is a nickname for William. So technically, William Clinton can go by Bill Clinton. And if nobody didn't know no better, or didn't know that, Bill and William could act like two different fucking people, but they actually be the same person inside of a story. See, this is how they do.
So, and a lot of these stories be the same regurgitated story, just with a different name in a different region of the world, just to throw people off and shit like that. Like, there's 2 Genesis stories inside Genesis, and a lot of people don't know because a lot of people don't read the Bible. Let's be real. A lot of people got dust on their shit. But if you thoroughly read it with an open mind, there's two different Genesis stories in there. There's 2 Shems, there's 2 Afrashots for all of a sudden. You know, you got God, Lord God, and thy Lord. All those are different things saying different stuff at different times to different people and everything. At one point in time, God stopped talking to Moses, but thy Lord God was speaking to Moses. Those are 2 different ones. So who's who around here? This is why they took the names from the Elohims out of these books, so you wouldn't know who's saying who's talking about who's what, who you should be calling on. Not. They did a whole lot of stuff. God is a title, like I tell people. Lord is a title, like I tell people. We talking about Roman terminology here. And it's crazy because we all done watch these old medieval movies, and we done watch these folks then stumble into the castle and thy Lord, we are going to war, thy Lord. Come on, man. It's been in your face. Some of these thy lords inside the Bible are like physical people, like rulership, kings. It depends on what region that you're in. Everybody wasn't called a king and queen because everybody's language wasn't the same. King and queen is English as shit. So that means that Greeks had a different name. Latin people had a different name. American Indians had a different name. Moshek, Moshika. You know what I'm saying? We had different names for ours. Emperor, empress, you know, all that type of stuff. So, just a little gem on what to look out for. So now, so previously forbidden was a cool thing too, from 1300s until 1500s. Listen, here we go. 1300s to the 1500s. That's not that long ago. I just traced it. My 12th grandfather, he was born in the 1520s. So from 13 until 1500s, Bible reading was limited to sections read in church ceremonies. It was limited to sections. Fast forward to 2022, if you go to a church, you only gonna read limited sections of the church. You're gonna read Genesis this Sunday. Next Sunday you're gonna read Matthews. Next Sunday you're gonna double back on Genesis. The Sunday after that you might dwell through John or something like that. Then the next Sunday after that, you're gonna go back to Matthew. You'll never touch Revelations as long as you be inside of a church. I've never seen it, but you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for all, but me growing up in my 32 years of knowing all that, we never touched on Revelations, and I always wonder why that was suspicious. But then next Sunday is gonna be the first Sunday, and Passovers and stuff like that, you're gonna double back to when Jesus rose out the grave and all that type of stuff like that. And then when the first Sunday and all that over with, and Passover and Easter Sunday, all that, you're gonna double back to Matthew once again. Limited sections is read in church ceremonies, and it is exactly during this period that the canon became established. The Gospels again were widely known, and were many of them. Knowledge about the Old Testament, though, was extremely limited at the time. There definitely are markers which show precisely which time the Bible was written. The Gospels, for instance, convey society exactly as the new capitalist culture which arose in the 13th and 15th century. They trying to figure out how they gonna create the letter J, huh? The idea of nationhood arises. The idea of nationhood arises frequently in the Old Testament songs, but the concept was hardly known before the 13th and 15th century. Fomenko has in his third volume, I think it's third, it's cut off on my end, volume of chronology, definitely convincing, calculated the exact horoscopes used in literature, art of antiquity. The Bible, and they all lead to the 13th and 15th century in his third volume. they they start getting busy. 13th, 15th century. The exile of the Sephardic Jews and Moors. The exile of the priest and priestess. Exile of the Druids. The exile. The exile of the children of the Most High is fairly recent. And if you knew exactly how they played with the timelines on you, you'll figure out that a lot of this shit is more recent than you think. And when you figure out that it's more recent than you think, then you're going to start asking the questions like I ask. How did everybody catch amnesia? What was everybody doing? How did they distract all of us to where there's damn near 1,000 years of memory white? 13th and 15th century. Huh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the book now. Let's get back to the book. Caesars. Caesars. S at the end. It's plural. There was more than one Caesar. And they always called Nero. The etymology of Nero means black person. There you go. Caesar most definitely was a black person. So now, Nero was a description, just like Negro. Negro, Nero. Kind of funny how they both rhyme. I don't believe in coincidence. See, they've been calling you this shit for a long time, right? All right. So now, the later days of her pontiff, Mr. Bryce asks, where is the Rome of the Middle Ages? A question to which he himself replies, there is no answer. There appears to the present writer to be no other satisfactory explanation for the error of antedating and charges of forgery. Then this of chronological blundering, there was inventions of heresy and heretics in the council and eschatological history. I know I butchered that. Y'all see that. Of history, literary works by Augustus and Luctini and the Tertullians, and it just continue everybody else. Besides literature of contraveying and debate in great abundance, the dating must be attributed to the chronologers. There 400 years ago estimated and approximately fixed the date of creation, quote unquote, as only so many generations and 4,000 years before Christ, and gave us much too liberal an allowance of 1,500 years after Christ to work out this suggestion. If we assume that that little Dennis put the clock on 750 or say 753 years, and we deduct that time from our Christian chronological, we are only in AD 1156, which still, upon assumption, corresponds with the year of Rome, 1909. Adopting this reckoning, the dates of the last 900 or 1,000 years will remain as at present, though not as AD, but as AUC. Such as Melbourne, April 30th, AUC 1909. Ooh. What you thought you was in modern time? What you thought because you got the new iPhone? We living in the What you thought? Cause you got the iPhone, we living in the future and shit. We got smart cars and electro cars. We in the future, man. We progressed, boy. Humanity came a long way. Boy, you still in ancient times. And this shit is refurbished. Ooh. Now that's a time leap for your ass, ain't it? That's a time leap for your ass, right? This man say 1156 AD corresponds to what? 1909? Come on, man. Come on. Just like from now, 2022, if you go 8,000 years back to when the first recessive gene mutated, that puts you in the Neolithic era. We know that to be false because the Neolithic era is damn near right next to the prehistoric era. Damn near. But y'all said it take millions of years for monkeys to evolve, though. Hold on, wait, something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. The dates ain't adding up. We know that for sure. I mean, we just said, what they say, what, AD 1156, which corresponds? Come on. Sorry, I would never get my history from from African Americans. Y'all be making shit up so much. How am I making shit up when I'm reading a book? I'm reading a book, and this book wasn't even written by AA. I don't even know what an AA is. Who taught you that? What is an African American? Who told you that? Oh, so you get your information for the people who be. You get your information for people who don't even inform you that 1 million kids go missing a year. Come on, man, get out of here. Why this AA here is informing you that 1 million kids go missing a year, but you're not gonna get your information from me though. Oh man, oh man, people say I be making shit up like I had time to write this damn book. Like this book is written by Los. Oh man. Anyways. During the fall of the Bronze Age, we're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in there. This dude. Hold on. Damn. Dog, you need a muffler on that motherfucker, bro. You out here riding like that. Oh, Lord. Jesus. But we're gonna put a pin in the Bronze Age because man, this dude here, his works is amazing. And it's not just him. There's over 1,000 people who said, thought, and researched and came to the same conclusions as him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lord of the Rings, yeah, I like that, yeah. We are not monkeys, and the earth is not a globe. Most definitely, 7. Most definitely. These numbers are important. Yo, they can't stand the truth. That's why they hit. Shout out to the people who got the bots for me. I see my snipers out here. I appreciate that. So, but that's the controversy. Let's go ahead and flip real quick. Let's go ahead and read. Cause we gonna dig deep tonight on live. Oh, yeah. Oh, this the book right here. Real quick, I'm gonna put the book up there if y'all want to screenshot the new people who came in, who just tuning in. Go ahead and screenshot the book real quick. Yeah, live. I'm probably gonna start live. I'm gonna start live about 8:30. We're gonna jump back on that because we got a lot of stuff to touch on. And I done downloaded a few of this dude books and a few other folks' books who was talking on this. And of course we ain't gonna read front to back, but we gonna hit the key points in it. Eastern time zone. So now this is from the same book. I had to do this real quick. So it says the empire itself. In further research, I found that that while the earliest church literature precedes often the primitive orders of Saint Basil and Saint Benedict, they and they alone was the inventors of the Christianity. They and they alone were the inventors of the Christianity, the Saint Benedict monks. What are Saint Benedict monks? These niggas look evil. Saint Benedict monks though. The Saint Benedict, the official order of Saint Benedict, are a monastic religion order of the Catholic Church, following the rule of Saint Benedict. They are also sometimes called the Black Monks. It all goes back. Rome. Hey, when we do the blood, hold on. Let me do this real quick. I gotta stand up. Stretch my legs. Y'all know I'm 6'3". We can't stay seated down too long. Us tall people can't stay seated down too long with them legs. Alright, so now I'm gonna keep saying Rome because the people who's operating Rome right now, look, how can I put this? One reason for the creation of, how can I say this without, I know somebody in here gonna pull my live if I say this shit, cause I know they be watching. Alright, so now, the creation of the religion that we have now, or whatever the case may be, they did that for a reason with us, quote unquote, black folk. They wanted us to not believe in a Most High. They wanted us not to believe in the 12 tribes. They want us not to believe in Israel, Israelites. They want us to not believe in Canaanites, Ham. They want us not to believe in anything that's biblical. You know what I'm saying? they want us not to, and I really don't like using the term biblical, because when people hear biblical or Bible, they automatically get turned off, but that's by design. Because that title Bible never existed until these folks came around. We always use scrolls, ancient scrolls, scribes, you know what I'm saying? Oral tradition and all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, but for layman's terms, for the sake of time, they want us not to believe in anything biblical and nothing spiritual. They want us to think what you see is what you get. You got to see it to believe it before you believe it and see it. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do the opposite of a manifestation from the universe. Because when you're dealing with the universal laws and the manifestation and everything else, and when you're dealing with energy, you must have to believe it to achieve it. Which means you have to believe it wholeheartedly so it can manifest. But now we're living in a day and age where people's going by, I gotta see it to believe it. And if you one of those people, you will never believe it, because it's a lot of shit in this world that can't be seen, and the shit's real as hell. And again, you can't see the air, but you know that motherfucker's there when the wind get to blowing. You feel me? And that's a prime example. Some stuff is just super small to the eyes that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? You know atoms and molecules exist. You can't see that shit. So small. Or it's in a different frequency than you, or different realm or dimension than what your eyes is perceiving. Because your eyes, they call your eyes a lens, a lens, a lens. Your eyes are lens. The sun is a rays. You are in a firmament, mirror, rays, firmament, lens. You're getting an optical illusion dealing with color spectrums and shit like that, man. It's deep like that. Sometimes what you seeing ain't even what you really seeing. Some shit you seeing is what you seeing. That's the tricky thing. But they wanted us to get away from all of this type of stuff, because the whole point of it is to hide the children of Israel. That shit's in the Torah. That shit is written in scribes. That shit's written in Moabite stone. That shit's written in the tribe of Japhet. Everywhere where your enemy rests is at. This is what they came to the conclusion at in their Confederacy meeting, because they know who shall inherit the world. Well, who already inherited the world, but we lost it due transgressions. This is what I wholeheartedly believe, because our people still doing the same transgressions to this day. I don't believe in coincidence. Los, what was the transgressions that the Israelites did that made them lose everything? Look at us. Look at us. Our women is half naked on fucking social media for millions of people to fucking see, but they want you to treat them like a lady, though. Hypocrisy. That's what it is. Hypocrisy is the transgression. Hypocrisy. No different than your parents rolling up a joint telling you better not smoke weed, but they rolling a joint in your face. Hypocrisy plagues our community. That's what it is. Our young Israelite brothers out here, they gambling their life away for fiat currency. Shit that ain't even real. Because they stuck in survival mode, because they ain't never had shit, because they grew up in the slums and shit. By design, your environment, etymology of environment, it deals with your energy. This is why you are what your environment is, because you absorb energy and you emit the same energy. That means you mimic your environment. You a chameleon. Shout out to that reptilian DNA that's in you. All right. That snake in the garden wasn't evil. I'm trying to tell you. These people told you that snake in the garden was evil. Whew. Who gets in trouble for getting wisdom? Y'all gotta think when you read these Bible. Adam and Eve, they got in trouble for knowing some shit. That sounds written in, doesn't it? Of course it sounds written in, because when you go to when you come now to 2022, inside this matrix that we in, this system, they want you to do what? Obey. Don't ask questions. Obey. Stay ignorant. Counterintelligence. We don't want you to know shit. Okay, Adam and Eve got in trouble for knowing some shit. Got enlightened. Who enlightened them? Serpent? Oh shit. Who told you the serpent was bad? These people. Oh shit. The same people who's countering intelligence, right? Okay, y'all better peep game. Peep game. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reptile. A serpent. Well, these snakes is some of the few reptiles on here with open pineal glands, and this is why people got to understand there's a difference between a reptile and a lizard. Everybody so reptilians is running the earth. No, nigga, it's lizards that's running the fucking earth. It ain't it. No, reptilians, lizard people. Reptiles and lizards are different. They all inside the same class, lightweight, but they different. Like amphibians. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. Like, you have reptile DNA. Why you think you so fast? Why you think you so agile? Why you think you get scaly and your skin peels? Why you think you gotta be in the sun and sunbathe? Lizards and reptiles sunbathe. If you ever, I got a turtle. It's an amphibian. It has to sunbathe. Even it has to come out the water and sunbathe. So you got to get them a sunlight. I've had plenty lizards and horned lizards and everything. They sunbathe, and reptiles and all this type. They sunbathe. Okay, what did your ancestors do? They sunbathed. They sun gazed. You get ashy as fuck and start peeling. You start looking scaly. You're agile. You're athletic. You can jump high and shit. Fucking reptiles be jumping all over the shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you take a shower, that water feel good, don't it? Shout out to that Nomos DNA in you. That water feel good, don't it? Boy, you jump inside that pool get the... Well, I don't want to come out this motherfucker, man. I don't know why, but it feel good to me. Your body 90% water. They tell you 80, I tell you 90. They'll tell you 70, I'm telling you 90. You water. You made up of water. If you made up of water, how in the hell you know if you inside water? Huh? How do a fish know it's in a fishbowl? It doesn't. Peep game. That's why they call it the fishbowl. The fishbowl project. Shout out to Elmer Bird. That's why they call it the fishbowl project. These folks know this shit. But they disconnected. They wanted you disconnected. Because the goal is to hide. To hide the rulers. And the rulers is not necessarily dark skinned like me. A lot of the rulers too, who's part of our tribe, of this Israelite camp for layman's terms right now, because they ain't call themselves that either, but we're gonna use layman terms right now. That tribe don't necessarily is black people and Latino people. That's some more bullshit that these Israelite camps is pushing, because a lot of them are controlled opposition. Y'all remember what I taught y'all what controlled opposition, right? Controlled opposition is a government-controlled protest or anything that the government has their hands dealing with. A lot of the Israelite camps are controlled opposition. And I know, because I ran into a lot of them who was controlled opposition. They wanted me to join so bad. And I told them, if you could tell me who the Ur Chaldeans is, I'd join y'all. Brother, who the fuck are you talking about? You're a Chaldeans. Oh, you don't know Earl of Chaldeans? How are you an Israelite and you don't know shit about Afrashad and where Moses come from? Huh? How? How you Israelite and you don't know where the fuck Moses and Afrashad come from? And Afrashad came before fucking Eber. You can't have Eber or Hebrew or Israelite without Afrashad. Where did he come from? Came from Ireland. And listen to the name. O-U-R land. Ireland. They came from Ireland. Your Chaldeans are Ireland. They came from Ireland. Saint Patrick came over there and he expelled the serpents. He came over there and he killed Chaldeans because they worship the serpent. The serpent is clue to who. The serpent is clue to who. Man, look, man, it's clue. I'm trying to tell you, it's clue. But that's how you get St. Patrick's Day. The story behind St. Patrick's Day, for those who don't know, he went over there to Ireland and he chased out the Ur Chaldeans and the Pygmies and children of Shem. because St. Patrick was with the Catholic Church. He came with the cross, just like they came with the cross over here. They came with the cross, same shit. Same shit. And if you don't know your history, you're going to repeat that motherfucker. Same shit. And our tribe was it was every nation, just like how there are 13 families and their tribe is 13 nations, because we're going to break down the tribe of Japhet. I'm trying to tell you, tribe of Japhet. So that means what? Kamala Harris, Caucasian, tribe of Japhet. Catholic. Who runs America? Joe Biden. He said he was Catholic. We know he ain't Catholic though. I hope y'all know that's cold. They not real Catholics, because the only real Catholic president we had was JFK, and they murked him for saying he's Catholic, and he wanted to separate church from state. They murked him. These folks ain't real Catholics. The real Catholic ain't even real Catholics. Them people over there in Rome, they ain't real. Them folks hiding. They was hiding. We're gonna talk about the Khazarian Empire. Hopefully they don't pull it. Before these folks was Catholics and Judaism and shit like that, them folks was Islam. Oh, you ain't know? Ashkenazi Jews was Islam first before they converted. They not even real Catholics. Hell, they not even real Islam, because they got converted to Islam too. They don't have a faith. They don't have a belief. They steal identities. Something like a skinwalker, right? We up here talking about reptilians. I'm talking about skinwalkers. I'm talking about people who can mimic real good. People who can hide in plain sight. Shout out to my dad who made me watch National Geographic all my life, because those of us who know reptiles, the only reptile who can blend in are chameleons, and they only change colors. Listen, they only change colors. Listen. Listen. The only reptiles on the face of the earth that can blend in are the ones who can change colors. Now, when you talk about 13 families, you know, some of them are gray, some of them are little reptilians or lizard people, for layman's terms, or whatever the case may be. They come in all shades, shapes, phenotypes. There's Asian people, there's India people, there's Caucasian people. There's all type of folk like that inside this 13 family tribe of Japhet. You'll never hear me talk about Esau. You'll never hear me talk about Esau. Why? Because Esau ain't the one that's doing this to you. I mean, Esau helping them out and shit like that. But the main corporate is Japhet. It's always Japhet. Japhet don't have no fucking land. Not one that he wants, anyways. Japhet got the worst land of everybody. You can't grow crops there. It's always cold. You in the mountains, caves, dwelling. You can't grow shit there. Only thing you got is cows and dairy and milk and shit like that. So you gotta genetically modify some shit just so you can be able to grow it inside these climates. So therefore, boom, genetically modified. Somebody had to teach them that. Who taught them that? Who's over there in Germany with them? Moors. You feel me? So don't just go blindly of what everybody's saying when they talking about reptilians and all. Well, these folk lizard people. Some of them are reptilians, I give them that, but not all of them. It's a mixture. It's a confederacy. Joint keep going out. But this is the Benedict monks who pretty much gave you Christini. Who all in here? What's happening? Big Smoot. Rita, what's happening? Love and Light. Who all in here? Naturalists, what's happening? Yeah, they tell us so that could have been beautiful. It turned it ugly, yup. Yeah. A lot of them folks control opposition though, man. A lot of them controlled opposition. Come on. Like I get. Be careful of these Israelite camps. That's all I'm saying. A lot of them is controlled opposition. These folks didn't like Malcolm X and nobody walking down the street ganged up. But you telling me that they about to let 20,000 of y'all walk down the street? Come on, man. Especially if you spitting that real shit, telling everybody that you the children of Israel and shit like that, and y'all 30,000 walking down the street. Nigga, we got killed for less walking down the street. What are you talking about? That's if you spitting real shit. So that's how you know that some of their stuff ain't really 100 that they talking about. Cause it ain't just blacks and Latinos. A lot of our fair-skinned brothers and sisters out here who's flying under that banner of Caucasian and white, y'all better do some real history, cause y'all not Caucasian or white. We trying to tell y'all. That's why I make it very much clear. If you can tan, you better come on home. You better come home, quit playing with yourself. You better come home, quit playing with yourself. If you got rhythm, you feel me? If you cook your food with season, you better come home, quit playing with yourself. You better disconnect from that shit that's dividing you. Because when time come, look, man, brother, no brother, when time come, you become a heathen and you have to go too with the heathens. And that's facts. Because the Most High already said that everybody gonna come with us. A lot of us is still gonna carry on with the ways of the heathen, and a lot of them will perish with the Gentiles and the heathens. You know what I'm saying? Not to get biblical or nothing like that, but hey, it's too much shit that's going on right now for people not to be thinking, boy, this sun hot in the motherfucker right now, and it's beaming on me. I like it though. You feel me? It feel good. Reptilian DNA. It feel good though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better come home. A lot of y'all not white or Caucasian, man. They treating y'all the same fucked up way. Y'all in the same projects, getting the same food, getting the same fucked up education, getting taxed the same shit with the same fucked up homes. They treating y'all the same way. They ain't doing that shit on purpose. Ain't nothing a coincidence. They know who you are too. They know who you are too, but ignorance is the most expensive thing. Your ignorance means that you just don't know. It's the reason why you walking around thinking you're white and thinking that you're Caucasian when really you're not. You're not. Bloodlines and tribes is real, man. And it's obviously real. These people go hard behind that shit. You know? Come to the car real quick, boy. The mosquitoes trying to get ready to bite a nigga, boy. Bill Gates, boy. You need to put your damn mosquitoes on sleep mode, boy. They out here smacking. We know you done released them damn mosquitoes. Them motherfuckers out here smacking, boy. For real. Them motherfuckers smacking. I don't know what the fuck he doing. Oh, what he doing? But for the newbies though, this is why my account got warnings. I got 3 profiles and 2 of them bitches on account warning. My second account, they ain't even waste no time. I am my brother on here.
Hey, blessings, Los.
Man, what's happening?
Nah, just chilling, man. Yo, you were touching on some hot topics right there, bro. I just wanted to come in here and say, like, what you were saying about the nations is absolutely correct, because there are some white folks that are black passing, and vice versa. There are black folks that are white passing, especially with all the mixing, especially since like what the Moors were doing. So, it basically is like the Most High said, the 2 nations in the womb, like how we're different spectrums of color, they're going to be different spectrums of color. It's the same thing.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like, and I stumbled across this gym just last night. Just when I downloaded this dude book last night, I was like, hold on, bro, this shit getting deep. And I was like, man, it's a reason why that they be hiring these people books like this, and they wait
100 years, 150 years later to publish it or release it out and shit, because they figured 150 years later, folks would be dumbed down enough that they won't even grasp what the fuck he's talking about in his book,
Exactly.
and they hope for that.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
That yeah, and what you were saying about remember like how you were saying the no read law and like how they were saying put the mark here and then they marked it off because they didn't know how to read English. But they were running their own government quite fine. But they came and messed everything up.
yup. Yeah, they man, they came over here with that Puritan way of life, and they flipped everything of what we known it, because all of our ancestors, all through tribes, it was never just a man running stuff. We actually had a council. The council was 5 people. Out of those 5 people, 3 of them was women, 2 of them was men. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And they all just took turns running the council, doing certain, some went by the seasons, some went by years or whatever, but they always took turns, which balanced out the tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it was like, but they came with that Puritan way of life. And in that Puritan way of life, you get gender roles. This is why everybody is beefing. And another reason why we having the gender battle is because deep down inside, people starting to wake up from the spell. People starting to realize, bro, what the fuck is gender roles? The key word is a role. So a role
Hmm.
means you're acting. So therefore, you're gender acting. So that ain't even real in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big
men's
fact.
supposed to take out the trash and change breaks, and women's supposed to just wash dishes and cook. Man, I'm a dude, and I done lived by myself plenty of times. I gotta wash my dishes if I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit got
Fact.
to get done regardless.
Fact.
you know, I I gotta cook, and I know plenty of women who live by themselves. Y'all gotta take y'all damn trash out, right, or your house gonna stink. You feel me? So there's
Hmm.
no such thing as gender roles, and if both people with that type of mindset come together, then the whole household will be balanced. Just do the shit. At the end of the day, there's no gender roles. Nobody's better than the next. Men ain't more superior than women. Like, that's Puritan England, these people way of life. And
Right.
and notice that these monks don't have no nuns there. It's all men. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Hmm.
saying? These folks really hate women. And amongst these people with the book that I'm reading, there there's a woman. There's a woman who came out with the same book, exposing the same shit with intelligent sister. They burnt her at the stake. They called her a witch.
Of course.
So
Of
now,
course.
yeah, so now when you talk about the Salem witch stories and witch trials, how many women got burnt at the stake just because they were smart or
Right.
intelligent?
Right.
My bad, not
Yo,
smart but intelligent.
it got so
Just
bad
because
that the
they
governor,
outdid a man.
right? It got so bad that the governor had to step in and say, "Nah, it's over right now. Like that's it." The Salem witch
Hmm.
hunt. I read into that a little while back.
Yeah, and I was like crazy. And it's always these people. They crucify anybody with any type of intelligence.
Yo, the way I feel about it is like this, man. The people running the government, they already proven that they don't have the right to rule. Like, right? Like what went on with the pandemic? A fucking cold and they jumped to a DNA changing
Yeah, right.
concoction? That's nuts, bro. That's proving to me like you don't
Uh,
know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the right to rule anymore.
mm-hmm. And that's what they realizing. 'Cause when everybody wake up and they all become intelligent and conscious, because I don't know why people think conscious deals with like conspiracy. The conscious just means that you're aware. So once everybody become aware, they ain't got no power.
Yeah, it's so hard to
How you
wake
gonna
people up
control
though.
people who got their mind back?
It's hard to wake people up. That's why I respect your live. I'm always on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the regulars because you speak from the heart. You say the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
As a
that,
matter of fact,
man. Look,
yeah. A few things I came on your live and I got from you, and then I jumped on the bandwagon and started posting stuff. So, respect to that. Respect for that, bro.
oh man, it's most definitely, man. You already know iron sharpens iron. Man, we do that a lot amongst each other. For
Oh yeah,
real.
oh yeah. We start trends
Cause I
here,
ain't know
bro. I think
nothing
we were
about
the
no
first.
totalitarian empire. I ain't know nothing about no Titanic Empire until you and D and everybody brought it to me, and I was like, man, hold on, let me check in this shit real quick. Man, that
Yeah.
shit just opened up a whole floodgates, and that shit just led me to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
thousands of years is fabricated and wiped from everybody's history, and so is the Titanic Empire. And
Yep.
then now, when you start connecting the dots of everything that's hidden and missing, we fall into that category.
Yep. Yep. Because they kicked us
It's the
that big
process.
insurrection.
It's
That yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, bro.
it's the simple process of elimination.
Simple. That big insurrection in Europe. I mean, how could people just ignore that? Like people getting kicked out, the Jews getting kicked out, and you're just gonna live life
Mhm.
in your current time willy nilly? That's a big situation happening there.
That was a huge situation. It was a huge change for everybody's life,
Yep.
and
Across the
and that went
planet.
on. And that went on for at least like 100 years of because you rounding up and kicking out everybody. And here's the thing that I'm glad somebody said that the Bronze Age, all this where all the quote unquote dark skinned people and fair skinned people who rock with us, when we disappeared, they called that a time and age called the Black Death.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I remember. Yo, Los, I think they froze you, bro. I can't see you. I can't hear you. You're... Let me jump down. I'll come back.
yeah, we back for a little bit. Yeah, man. My phone ain't overheat that time. The app was trying to the app had sent me something talking about force close TikTok app or some shit like that. So we already know what's up. But you know, we back for a little minute though. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. Y'all know the morning lives don't be that long. Gotta save it for the night. Gotta save it for the night. I'm telling y'all it's gonna be dope. I'm gonna set that thing right when I get it. If y'all wanna send me a reminder, sometimes I'll be forgetting, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm most definitely gonna be on here 8:30 Eastern time, and we really gonna go ham. I just want to check in with my people, give y'all a little update. Everybody who's in here, y'all got the sneak preview. Y'all got the jump on everybody. So you know, but you know, the land of soul, the land of soul. America's the real, true old world. And tonight on live, we will continue to talk to us. It's been reversed. It's been fabricated. It's been forged. And then we're gonna talk about self-govern some more. Because a lot of people starting to like that. So we're gonna talk about self-govern some more. And and if you want, you can check my YouTube when we sign off here. Cause I'm gonna post one of my videos. I tried to post on TikTok, but they pulled it real quick. It was about W.E.B. Du Bois and Marcus Garvey. Or if you tapped into my Instagram, I might put it up there. And what else I got? Get my Amazon store. I got new stuff coming. And I got some Signs for the Conscious Mind t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to represent your boy in whatever state y'all in, everybody, who Signs for the Conscious Mind? Y'all go ahead and go on, direct the homies to me. Go on, just continue and wake everybody up. So I got Signs for the Conscious Mind t-shirts and everything coming up real soon. You want to support your boy on that? But yeah, man, like, it's so many people with these books and stuff who's exposing everything. I'm gonna go ahead and post it up before we close it down. I'm gonna post it right back up so we can go ahead and, you know. But yeah, man, it's man, I got plenty books like this. And we're gonna talk about it. Like, 1,000 years gone, and 1,000 years is made up. The timelines is messed up. But, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. Vibrate high, peace, prosperity, abundance, gratefulness, gratitude, and